Welcome to the Postgame Show presented by the Maroon Club, enhancing 23 Division I sports. Join the Maroon Club today. And our player of the game is presented, as always, by Coca-Cola. Experience the Coke side of life. Here's Mike with head coach Fran O'Hanlon.
Thanks, Gary. Here with Coach O'Hanlon. Coach, I thought the kids competed hard early in that second half. You cut the lead, but your thoughts?
Yeah, we knew we were going to play a very good basketball team today. I thought we competed. Now, listen, they shot the heck out of the.
Shot the lights out.
We had a couple of chippies. We had a chance to cut it at times, and we came up a little empty. I did like our compete level anyhow, and I think we're going to grow from this. I mean, we have to grow from it. We've had a very difficult non-league schedule, and this is one of them. This is a team that's as good as any in the Ivy. And we have one more game before we start league. So hopefully we learn from this.
Yeah, you have 4 games in 10 days, but now you don't have a game for another 11 days, so you get a little bit of a break, a much-needed break, I would assume.
Yeah, I think mentally a lot, not so much physically, although some of the guys are a little banged up.
Yeah.
But mentally, they've been through a lot right now, and we've had a number of tough games coming up. With last week, a couple of really tough games. This Delaware was tough. So I think mentally we could use a little bit of a break.
Appreciate it, Coach. Thanks for a couple minutes.
Thanks, Mike.
Good luck. We're going to bring in Neil, our Coca-Cola player of the game, Neil Quinn. Neil, 21-7. Obviously, you didn't get the W, but you seem to have some real highlights down low. You seem to dominate down there. We just have those spurts where we're just not getting those points.
I mean, I need to play better. I think I had 17 shots. I made 8 of them. That's not nearly efficient enough. I definitely should have more points today. I should have done more to help my team win. So I really take full responsibility for this loss. I should have done more to help the team win because they made us play one-on-one, and they said, Neil, you're going to have to beat us, and I didn't beat them today.
Well, we think you played well. Obviously, you have your own. And Mike, that really kind of leads me into my next question. Where did Neil Quinn need to get better? I see good footwork. I see you bigger, stronger, faster, getting up and down the court. Where do you need to improve? You had to put your finger on one thing. Going into the Patriot League now, obviously, one more game, and then you got big Patriot League games coming up.
Yeah, I mean, I think the moral of the story is defense. I mean, my defense personally, they made some tough shots, but I think I made it a little bit too easy on them, and defense as a team. So I definitely think I need to step my defense up because that makes our team defense way better. Absolutely.
You got a couple days off here. You take on a Division III team. Hopefully we can get a win there, and then it's on to the Patriot League, correct?
Yep. We're just looking forward to it. We think we put ourselves – our record isn't great right now, but we played against some great teams. Yes. We have a big win against Rutgers. We have confidence in this team, and I think it's going to make us all the better for Patriot League play.
Get in there and talk to your team. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Gary. A tough loss there, but I do think all of these games, this contemplation of games is going to help down the road. Back to you.
Mike, a terrific job today, and you're absolutely right. As we'll take a look at the highlights before we take a look at the final numbers, and we'll bid you a fair adieu. Here's John.
Yeah, Gary, and the highlights. But I tell you, Ryan was just unbelievable today. He was such a force offensively. I like the way these two Lafayette big guys work together. Kyle Jenkins and Neil Quinn doing a great job. Jalen Llewellyn, didn't take him long to get heated up. Princeton shooting over 50% from three-point range. Their ability to move the ball inside out was really the reason for that. There's another one, and that time it was Alaco who lines one up, comes off the bench and does a nice job knocking it down. Look at the one-on-one move by the freshman, C.J. Fulton, finishing with the left hand. That was a highlight of the first half. In the second half, it was more of the same for Princeton. You can't go under screens. They just continue to just knock shots down. That was Ryan Longborg that time. Tyrone Perry doing the thing that senior leaders do, never giving up. He actually spearheaded a bit of a comeback for the Leopards, but then plays like this. Again, that was Lomberg again. And look at the movement without the basketball and the great finish. Again, inside doing a nice job. Princeton moves the ball so effectively. And again, doing a great job is Tyrone Perry. Doing what he could to kind of keep Lafayette close. Alaco again, a little breakdown. Princeton just keeps coming at you with ball movement, player movement, positioning, and eventually there's going to be a breakdown, and when you break down, they make you pay.
If you shoot 55% and then over 50% from beyond the arc, and it's not like they didn't take a lot of them, 15 for 29 from beyond the arc, so that's 15 three-pointers. You're certainly going to have yourself a successful basketball game. Turnovers, not so much, but they out-rebounded us, they outshot us, And obviously John outscored us.
Yeah, they really did, Gary. And you and I talked about it just a little bit before the game. We've seen Princeton so many times, and when you pressure the perimeter, they're going to backdoor you to death. Lafayette has seen that. I think they wanted to deny that backdoor stuff. And when you do that, that does open up opportunities at the perimeter, and Princeton took advantage from deep.
And it wasn't just Wright, Ethan Wright with 22, but 13 for Llewellyn and 15 for Freiburg on the Lafayette side. Tyrone Perry with 14, 12 points for Kyle Jenkins to go along with Neil Quinn's 21. Neil a little hard on himself in the interview as Neil played a good floor game. You know, everybody talks about the Leopards getting a break. There's no break for a Lafayette student. Academically, they're all looking at final exams in the next week or so, so they'll be hitting the books before they come back and play their final game of the year. John, as is always the case, it's getting better for the Patriot League, which starts January 1. They have one more ball game before they hit Colgate. And as Fran said, he'll work them hard and hope they get better.
You know, I remember it well, Gary, no matter what happens in the preseason. Now, again, I love that little saying that nothing grows in the darkness. And it has been rather dark for the Lafayette Leopards here in the preseason. But these are smart kids. They know who they've played. They've come to know what they do well, what they need to improve on. You heard Neil Quinn talk about it. And Fran O'Hanlon told me early on, this is a work in progress. Look for us in the middle of January. We'll start to get a lot better.
Well, look for us before January. We will have one more basketball game for you. Remember the women tomorrow at 2 o'clock against Fordham on ESPN+. Take a look at that one. They've won 3 in a row. That's it for John, for Mike, and, of course, for John, our director, Sabino. We thank you so much for spending time with us. For all of us, I'm Gary Laubach. Goodbye, everybody.